I just remembered, Kathy, a water thing, and I thought about you when this happened. This was on Saturday when we got to Universal, and I came into the park by myself and went on a few rides. I was really thirsty. I just needed to wet my whistle, so to speak. And there were lines everywhere, and I didn't feel like getting in line and waiting to get a bottle of water and then getting on a ride and having to throw that bottle of water away. So I just needed a sip of water, something.
Did you ask somebody?
Well, no, I didn't do that.
Excuse me, little girl. Can I have a sip of that? Gosh, I'm awful parched.
I couldn't find a water fountain anywhere, so I went into the bathroom and I just started putting my hand under the sink and I was drinking. No, not the toilet.
I was going to say they have sinks.
After you flushed, you mind if I drink?
Hand under the sink, and I was thinking of you. I'm like, Kathy wouldn't
not
be caught
be okay with
dead doing this.
No.
Never would she be caught dead doing this.
The water in your tank, in your toilet, that is not sitting in the bowl itself.
Yeah. It'd be okay.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
I keep a ladle right next to the toilet.
By the way, and so Kyle, we're finding out, we're learning more because we're now traveling and doing some stuff with Kyle. And when we were in Hogsmeade, he got a beer, which that's a whole other story. All right, well, I'll tell you that story real quick.
He made a face. He doesn't know the story.
He doesn't know the story.
He doesn't know this story. So we walk by a stand.
Oh, you're going to tell him?
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay.
So we walk by a stand and there's a person restocking. It's got all this ice and they're restocking all the beers and waters and stuff like that. And Kyle is standing there, and I think he's wondering why the person that was stocking the booze wasn't saying, hey, do you want a beer?
Right.
Because at the end of the cart was a woman at a cash register. Okay. And so she's the one that you order from. I wanted a pretzel. So I go over there and I'm standing in line. I kind of snuck in front of him because he was standing over by where this guy was stocking. And I go, you're waiting to get a beer? And he goes, yeah. And so I'm standing there. I got my wallet out. I got my money. I'm getting ready to get my pretzel. And I tell the cashier, I'm like, he'll take a beer. And then Kyle turns to me and goes like, oh, you don't have to do that. I had no intention of buying him a beer whatsoever. But I was now committed to buying him a beer. Which, by the way, it was like a 16-ounce pounder, and you're in a theme park.
He's opened his wallet.
No. Take it back. And I'm like, okay, I guess I bought him a beer. But then here's the thing. This is why I'm bringing this up, because you had talked about taking a sip, Kathy. He cracked open the beer, and I'm like, hey, give me a sip of that. And I took a sip of his beer, and as he's handing it to me, I was like, I think I felt like, why does he want to take a drink of my beer? Like, I could see Kyle thinking this. I don't think Kyle was ready to swap spit with me just yet.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Casey and I, we're handing our drinks back and forth to each other all day long. We don't care. But did that weird you out when I asked to drink from your beer?
Not really. No.
Okay. All right. I got the vibe that it
bought
did.
it for him.
Yeah, right? I kind of figured that. I'm like, I'm getting something out of this. I bought him a beer.
With your kids. You're like, I just bought that. Give me a sip.
Yeah, totally.
I get a complimentary sip.
Yeah. He also still orders Long Island iced teas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
You don't see many people drink that.
No, you don't see many people over 21 drinking Long Island iced teas.
Why? What is it?
It's the
everything.
Drink that has every single alcohol in it. It's just got a loaded with alcohol.
When you were, in fact, they were all the rage on Long Island for the longest time, and then ported everywhere. But it seems to be the spring break.
I'm getting hammered. Yeah.
So it's funny because when we were driving across the country, we stopped at a restaurant in Champaign, Illinois, and he ordered a Long Island iced tea, and the waiter's like, "Do you want like top shelf or what?" And I jump in, I go, "No, it's already the bottom shelf of all drinks. You can't dress it up by putting fancy liquor in there."
Yeah.
Okay.
We're learning about Kyle.
To be young.
To be young.
Way to go, Kyle, on getting that free beer out of Preston.
Yeah,
man. He worked it.